Welcome to the New Holstein Pod, where we bring you our best knowledge on circulating topics in the sports world. I'm Tyler McCoy.
I'm Tyler Petrie.
I'm Collin Hau.
And I'm Kelvin Leverenz.
Also, the guy behind the scene. Oh, wait.
Oh, you got me. You got Brennan here today.
We completely forgot. Sorry, Brennan.
And the guy behind the scene, Isaac. But before we get into things, if you'd like to watch, go to nfhs.network, type in New Holstein, or just click the link on Twitter. Today is the 12th pod of the year. Let's get right into it. Cheeks, pick what we're talking about.
I'm going to say some NFL. That's the most important thing.
At this point.
Fair.
All right. So, the Chargers are going to L.A., and their logo is absolutely terrible.
I don't think that's
Facts.
I don't think that's their official logo, Cheeks. I think.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
It
You
is.
think
It
so?
definitely
It
is.
definitely is.
What's up with all this criticism that they're getting for
No,
lame? What's the L all about?
That is
By just the L, does that mean loser? Is that what that means? That's what I interpreted
Los
it. I wasn't sure though. What do you think, Cheeks? Like the criticism that they're getting, like that people are making it into like lame and L. What's the L?
Well, they
That's what I wanna
basically
know.
copy the Dodgers and the Lightning's logos.
They did. That's
all they
exactly
did.
the same.
Do you think that's copyright law? Maybe they could
I
get
don't-
fined.
The Chargers are.
That'd be kind of funny if they did.
They might as well just get rid of the Chargers.
Now, that's 3 teams in L.A. right now. I mean, that's 3 teams in California.
No.
Yeah, Oakland.
Whoa,
Think about
Oakland,
this.
yeah.
Think about this. 2 football teams, 2 basketball teams, and 2 baseball teams.
There's 3.
That 3.
Oakland, L.A. Rams, L.A. Chargers.
Holy-
Oakland's part of LA.
It's in California though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And San Francisco.
Yeah, and you got San Francisco. That's 4 NFL teams in one state.
That's a lot of
I feel,
money.
I
for
feel like there's one
California.
more.
No.
San Diego is still California, just you know.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, right.
The reason
right.
San Diego moved is because their stadium was absolutely terrible. It was
Yeah,
like-
and people would not like even watch their games. Like people wouldn't even go to their games.
yeah.
So why would they move to LA? They have to build another stadium anyways.
I
No,
know,
they're
but-
playing in the same. They play in the Coliseum, which is where the Rams.
No, they're
play.
not.
Oh, they are. Well, they're playing.
How
They're
are they
playing
gonna?
at StubHub Field, which is only seating like 10,000 people.
Wow.
They'll expand.
That's.
And
great.
then they're
I thi-
moving to a dual stadium with the Rams.
The
Why would they
Raiders
do that? Then they have to intermix their schedules, and that's gonna be so much work for.
Well, that's
the,
how the Giants and Jets do it. That's
Yeah.
how they've been doing it for
Yeah.
a long time.
Oh yeah.
They play in MetLife.
The
must
Raiders, the Oakland Raiders filed their papers to move to Las Vegas though. So
Really, they're gonna leave the black hole.
yeah,
I can't see why you'd want to move to Las Vegas
I don't know why.
when you're with a bunch of young guys that are going to want to gamble and get into trouble in Las Vegas. That'd
Especially-
probably be the worst team
and
to
they had a
play
good
17.
fan
And they have one of the greatest fan bases like
not
in the league
greatest,
too.
though.
Cheeks, I said
You're-
one of.
You're right because Green Bay has the best.
No, they don't.
Don't even.
don't even get-
Yeah, I know Oakland's got a good fan base. I mean, it's terrible to go
One
in
of
there and
them.
play. It's really hard.
But I don't get.
But
They lost
Packers win
They
there.
lost Derek Carr, but if
hey,
they
we'll
did
get into that. We'll get into that with our new segment.
no,
later.
if they didn't lose Derek Carr, then they could be playing. I don't know who they'd be playing, but they'd probably be in the AFC Championship unless they played the Patriots. Then it would have been a very good game this last week. But with Derek Carr being back next year, probably, why would they want to move when they're playing so well?
Maybe the NFL forced them to move. I don't know.
The NFL fan base rankings, according to CBS Sports, number 1 is the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh my.
They get a lot of influence from Mexico, so
Skip
I don't
Bayless?
think we can count them.
Skip Bayless.
It's not letting me scroll down.
Well, in other news, Jordy Nelson is doubtful for the game.
That's okay. We won with them
Sunday.
We won
without him once. That's
yeah,
right.
we beat
that's
the
right.
number 1 seed
Yeah, we did.
without him.
They really weren't a 1 seed. But
Yeah, they were
They
one
were.
seed. Yeah.
They were.
You know how they say that Tom Brady can be a good quarterback with almost anybody? I think it's almost what? It's almost like the same thing with Aaron Rodgers, except he has good receivers, and with Aaron Rodgers, it's just a trust thing. So if he trusts his receivers, he'll throw to him, and that comes through practice and everything like that.
Never mind, the CBS Sports fan base thing is rigged because it has the Patriots at number 2.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah. Okay, ESPN?
It also has the Packers
USA
at number
Today.
2, so it's definitely rigged.
Oh.
Well, then it's not rigged.
What are the Chiefs
because
at on
that's
there?
Probably
true.
What are the
not
Chiefs?
Steelers 4, and then nothing else is loading right now.
Sorry, because the Chiefs aren't even worth it.
You know
Yeah.
what? Chicago's
though-
actually probably
Even
pretty
though they're the
high.
loudest stadium in the world. but
False.
That's okay. We're moving on.
That's according to
Even
one.
though Kansas City
That's
is,
according to one.
Actually, Seattle is louder
loudest. No, they're not.
and better.
No, they don't
Seattle
have-
calls
They
an
don't
ar-
have the world record.
Seattle caused an earthquake to Kansas
They
City.
don't- they
No,
don't- they
no,
don't have-
Kansas
they
City
don't have
did.
the record.
Kansas
They don't
City
have the
did not
record.
cause an
Yeah, but they
earthquake.
don't do it day in and day out.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Kansas
my
City didn't
gosh.
cause an earthquake.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
The majority
They
will
still
say
weren't
that
louder.
the
Seattle
Seahawks
was
have
not
the
louder.
loudest fan base.
No, they don't.
Were you there? Do you have proof?
Yeah, Cheeks, were you there?
Were you there?
I'll look it up right now.
No,
Who
no,
are-
no,
no,
no, no.
no,
Were you
you
there?
there?
What
Were you
are
there?
Yeah, I
sheep?
was there.
No, you weren't.
No.
So shut up.
I'm proving this wrong.
Nope.
I'm proving you guys wrong.
I have another one that I kind of threw in here. Is it time for Clay Matthews to retire?
No.
No.
He got.
No.
He got. Oh my
One play.
gosh. Oh my gosh. that was
One
so funny.
play.
Yeah, but what did he do good?
Okay,
Okay, honestly,
Clint-
I agree with that.
Clay Matthews is he's a game. He's one of those people where he'll have like
What?
What?
What was that?
Did he just say that?
he's one of those players that will have really good games and really bad games versus the Giants. You know what he did versus the Giants? He sacked Eli Manning.
That's one play.
I don't
Wow.
care. It changed the game.
Wow.
It changed the game.
I remember when my defensive linemen have done that.
Yeah,
It changed
I
the
remember when
game.
he looked silly on Sunday.
But your defense, but your
manages-
defense isn't in the playoffs, right?
He looks silly every
They
day.
actually made the playoffs though.
the,
Yeah, but
the,
you were
the Bears.
You were one and done.
Not this year or the last
I
year.
thought you were talking about Kansas City. My bad.
Well, they were one
The
and
loudest
done. So.
crowd roar at a sports stadium is 142.2
We already know that.
decibels and was achieved by fans of the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's your dagger.
And that's your
Oh,
dagger.
really?
What's
Really?
the Chiefs?
That only happened one time.
It happens all the time.
You know what the best average is? Seattle. Oh.
No, it's not.
Huh.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, prove it, Cheeks.
Be quiet. No, Seattle
All right,
sucks.
Clay
What does
Ma-
Brennan think over there at Clay Matthews?
Okay, I agree that Clay Matthews is past his prime. He is not playing like the 10 sacks a year like he used to have, or whatever that is. But that being said, he's definitely still part. He's still a big part of Green Bay, but I don't see him getting like to the All-Star he used to be. I don't think he's done,
If the
but I
Packers
think
were smart, they could get something for him right now and trade him. After
Yeah.
the season.
I
If they were
agree, but
smart.
I don't think that they will. If he comes into free,
But he's not going to retire.
If his contract is up in the next couple of years, he'll be gone. I don't think they'd keep him. He's not doing that much. We could find someone else like we're finding other players.
Jamie Collins.
I don't even know who that is, but just gonna say no.
Jamie Collins. Oh, he's gonna go to Kansas City, but
Nobody knows who that is.
Nobody.
he's the Patriots.
And
Nobody-
nobody cares.
nobody
He's the guy that got traded to the
Go
Cleveland
home,
Browns
Chiefs,
and wants to
stop
leave.
it.
And nobody cares.
Maybe you should use better
Yeah, I think
statistics.
Cleveland's gonna move to LA.
Yes,
They,
Cleveland.
they need a rebranding.
Cleveland to
Cleveland.
Cleveland to
No,
Los
they need to
Angeles.
move to Anchorage.
If you think about it, Ohio already has one football team. I don't think they need another one,
Yeah,
especially
they
when
both
it's that
suck.
bad.
And they both suck.
Cincinnati's
Cleveland
not
to
that bad. They
Montana.
have a bad
They
year.
only had like 5 wins this year.
Andy Dalton's not that bad. He just needs another good year.
He's old.
I mean, I guess so.
Wasn't Andy Dalton just drafted like 3?
No,
4
you're
years ago?
thinking Kirk Cousins.
Kirk.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
You like that? You like that?
So, jeez.
You don't like that.
Cheeks,
Okay.
got any breaking news this week?
Breaking news for what? The NFL?
Anything.
So
Are we talking about the Packers or not?
Nah,
Oh, we should talk
Let's-
about the
let's-
Packers.
We're good there.
Okay, let's-
Does Cheeks have any breaking news though?
Oh, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Cheeks, I kind of want to go over this
Some big games.
This game
Big
with
games.
you.
Big games happen.
Pittsburgh
Nope,
and Kansas
nope,
City.
Nope. We're gonna talk about Atlanta dominating Seattle first.
Okay.
Just cause. 36-20. I mean,
Yeah, domination.
also Green Bay upset Dallas 34-31. They meet next week.
I'm kind of surprised that
Who-
Seattle actually beat Detroit because they were kind of on a decline
No kidding.
in the last 3-4 games of the season.
I think Detroit would have gave Atlanta a better game.
Yeah, honestly, I would.
All right, wait. Okay, I was listening to PTI the other day, and Michael Wilbon said, "Shut up, Seattle."
Pardon the interruption.
Whatever. They said it 10 times. Do you think Seattle is out of their They're hated. You know, every team. You know, a lot of teams, like unless you're the Packers, were like playoff contenders for a long time. We're like the
Instead
Seahawks.
of Packers, how about the Patriots?
Okay. I'm just putting an example. The Seahawks. They were Super Bowl contenders the last couple of years, and now like, can you guys see them even doing anything in the next couple of years? Do you think they're out of
They're
their?
overrated.
Yeah. Do you think they're out of their?
They'll
like-
make the playoffs next year and
Don't
the
make
year
the
just fizzle
playoffs
out.
because their
And the year
division's
after that.
terrible, but
And
they're
the year- don't make
overrated.
the
Well,
playoffs
that's
every
just like
year.
the Kansas City.
Yeah,
They're
their division
their
sucks.
division's terrible too.
Be quiet. Stop.
God.
Just stop.
The NFC North
You
is
need
the
to
best
be
division.
Quiet. The Raiders,
NFC North is
You
not
have the
best
Raiders.
division.
Are you kidding
the
me?
Broncos.
It's actually been fairly content.
Yeah,
like,
but once
it's
the
been a
Raiders
good
lost,
fight
they
the last
caught-
couple
Worst
years, but it is
division
not
the
a good
Patriots
division.
division. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's why they're so good. Is because the division sucks.
God, I hate them. Well, should we do our new segment now?
Wait,
or
wait, wait.
later?
No.
Wait, we
Talk
gotta.
about.
We have to finish these games. We have to talk about them. So Atlanta, not surprised. I was not surprised they had a cakewalk to the NFC Championship. They have all the luxury in the. Matt Ryan has the whole. He's got all the luxury in the world. He can do whatever he wants. Basically, he can throw to anyone. He's just. They've got everything. I'm not surprised, and Green Bay is gonna give him.
Their defense sucks too. By the way,
No, it doesn't.
yes, it does.
Held one of the best offenses to only
Mhm.
20 points.
One of
Their
the best
defense sucks.
quarterbacks.
Did we talk about the new coaches in the NFL or not?
Let's not.
Let's
Let's not.
not. Who cares?
Let's
Who
not.
Who cares?
That was last week.
No one cares.
There's new ones.
The new
now.
coach-
That was
Coaches,
last week's
yeah.
news.
There's
You're
No
a week
one
behind.
really cares.
Mike McCarthy's the best coach, so I
yeah,
mean,
like I mean,
I mean, Bill Belichick is.
Yeah,
let's
Bill
be honest.
Belichick.
Oh, yeah,
fair.
Was anyone surprised by how close like Houston was in the first half?
I wasn't surprised.
It was like a
no, I wasn't.
1 point.
No, New England came in too easy, and then in the second half, they're just like, yeah, we're going to have to try a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
Because the Texans have a
Maybe they wanted a
defense.
good game. Maybe they wanted the
Yeah, but get some more views.
yeah, exactly. More
Breaking
money.
news:
Oh my
Oh,
god.
great.
Khalil Mack named the defensive.
Okay, we're going to move on to
Can't-
Pittsburgh narrowly got past Kansas City this week, 18-16.
Not even scoring
No.
a touchdown.
Well, think about this.
No.
How often is it where a team scores? How many field goals? 6 field goals was it?
Yeah, 6.
6 field goals,
And even in the playoffs.
and they win in the playoffs versus a team that was seeded higher than them, and apparently the Cheeks had a better record than them.
That
Yeah, we
really
gotta-
wasn't.
I
want
wanna
to
hear this
You
from
can't
Chiefs.
really call that an upset.
Are you sure?
I
Because it was.
I'm pretty sure that was an upset.
I'm pretty sure I was upset. What was your seed?
They got a first round.
What was your
Kansas
seed?
City got a
Upset.
first round bye.
It's really not an.
What was your seed? 2. What was their seed?
A 3. It's really
That's
not
an upset.
It's not an
It's
That's an
upset.
still
upset.
an upset.
Oh my god, whatever. Can't wait till the Packers get killed.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
Cheeks.
wow,
Hey,
you've
Cheeks.
been saying
How,
this a lot.
Not gonna
you've been saying that
happen.
for the last 7 weeks, and how many times in the last 7 weeks have we won? Every single time.
Matt Ryan, your MVP. Yes.
We weren't even talking about that. You're
That
salty.
has- that has
Talking
been
about the
unnamed.
team.
Yeah, I know. The Pittsburgh,
the-
their defense showed up, but that's hands down what
Tr-
happened.
oh,
This
and
is the
why
playoffs.
is
Why
Kelsey
wouldn't they?
complaining?
Hey, no yelling.
Why is Kelsey complaining if all he does is drop passes?
Well, he was right.
What if
the
you,
refs were terrible in that game, but
That was
Not
not.
really.
That was a holding
no,
call.
it wasn't.
Jeez, it's a
That-
textbook holding call.
there
You
was
kidding
more
me?
calls than that. Than just that.
It was still textbook holding.
No, it
That's
wasn't.
holding, Cheeks.
It was not.
In
If
any
you push him
league.
to the ground when he's beating you, that's a holding.
Cheeks, listen to this. I bet you if that was the, if you were in the, if that was the Packers versus Steelers right there, right? And it happened to us, you'd be like, oh, yep, holding,
Yeah, the refs
holding,
bailed
yep.
out the Packers. That's what happened.
That was a holding.
That's
But
BS.
because it's the Chiefs,
Did we
oh
not
no,
see the ref throw the flag right after the interception? You
wasn't a
just
holding.
throw it
Are we
into
talking
the
about that right now, Cheeks?
Yeah, we are.
No, we
Brought
aren't.
it up.
Guess who
Yeah,
won?
that was a
Guess who won that
textbook.
game?
That's a yellow
Guess
flag.
who won that game?
Holding.
Guess
That's
who
a
won
yellow
that game?
flag.
Holding.
Guess who won that game?
Hey, wait.
Pittsburgh.
Hey, Cheeks, you
Pittsburgh.
know what team you're not going to be watching next week?
Heinz ketchup.
Cheeks, you know what team you're not going to be watching?
Do that.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
You're not going to be watching the Kansas City Chiefs next week. How do you
Oh,
feel?
Shit, they lost. Oh my god, that was.
Are you kidding me?
Get out!
I'm mad. I got a little angry.
Leave.
All right,
No,
all right.
time
That's
out.
that's enough.
5 minutes.
We're done. We're done with that.
Cheeks.
5 minutes. We're going
No.
to.
Oh wow.
You're not going to see the
not.
Chiefs play next week.
That
That's
was
Let's
fine.
talk
bad.
about the brackets.
That was
Let's talk
bad.
about the brackets.
We're going
Wait,
to.
no, we got
we're going to a
one more
commercial
game.
break.
We got one more game.
We're going to a commercial break. We're gonna run a quick. Hey, does anyone have a trivia question?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, does anyone have a trivia question?
Why? No.
What was the Packers' all-time? I don't know.
Packers all-time rushing leader.
Bang.
Who is the Packers
I know that.
all-time
I know
rushing
that.
leader? We'll see you after the quick commercial break.
It's
I believe when we want the school or the students to thrive, it comes first from the community. It has to start with the teacher, and the teacher knowing her students and knowing her parents and saying that what can you do for the school, or how can you help in the classroom, or bringing that parent into the classroom and say, I'm a doctor and this is what you need to know, or I'm a businessman and this is what I need to know. So that if there's any opportunity for apprenticeship or internship, then they can be able to provide. I can call Ms. So-and-so, well, I'm having this internship this semester, are any of the students interested? So bringing or building the partnership within the parents and also within the teachers. Providing early exposure to businesses will help the students to engage into the community, but also have a bigger vision for their careers.
Hi everybody, I'm State Superintendent Tony Evers, and I hope you're enjoying this fantastic athletic event. You know, being college and career ready in Wisconsin means that our students have to have the knowledge, skills, and habits necessary to succeed after high school. Skills like critical thinking, collaboration, and communication are really important. And habits like grit, perseverance, making sure that you're a good team member, and leadership. These traits I mentioned are being demonstrated by the athletes competing today, as well as those students who are out on the practice sites across our great state. Athletics and extracurricular activities are important and critical to make sure that kids are college and career ready, but it's not just for a few. We have to make sure that all our students have a well-rounded education moving forward. So thank you to all the coaches, educators, community members, and especially families who make these opportunities available to our students. Please take the time to check out our ad in today's program about our vision for all of Wisconsin's public school students. Thank you, and enjoy the game.
We're back.
We still have to get into this Green Bay game.
Let's get into the brackets.
Yeah, let's get into I kind of want to talk about this when Cheeks comes back.
Cheeks isn't coming back.
I think we should talk about this before Cheeks comes back, so this doesn't get heated.
But it
By
is.
the way, Cheeks is fine. He just has some cramping issues. He's drinking some water. Hopefully he can stretch. Okay. So 2 weeks ago, Green Bay plays New York. New York takes not a considerable lead, but has the momentum, like, clearly by their side. Blatant, you could say. But Green Bay still manages to take the momentum back and win the game. Now, it's the opposite thing in this game. Green Bay clearly has the momentum as their defense is doing everything, and their offense is scoring, and they're unstoppable, which was completely the opposite of what everyone thought. But then, as we're up, what was it, like 28-13 or something?
28-13 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this was, I personally thought it was going to be a cakewalk. I was already talking about, what are we going to do next week to stop Atlanta, all that stuff. But all of a sudden, Dallas just shows up. And Ezekiel Elliott averaged like 6 yards a carry. He was unstoppable. But it was a close game. And it came down to field goals. Mason Crosby, it's cold. Ice in his veins. It was 31-31 after Crosby, we go down the field, and Crosby hits it. It was like 31-28. Then same thing, Dallas goes down the field, Dan Bailey, 31-31. That was a long one, too. That was like 54 yards.
That was a 54-yarder. Didn't have any curve on it either. It just went straight through.
It was straight in, and they gained the momentum from that. Everyone was cheering. What was there, like 40 seconds left? It was like a minute or something.
And you know what Rodgers said after the game? You know what they call that? They call that too much time.
I agree. He can probably throw 100 yards almost.
A big argument.
He could do that.
A big argument was, you remember when Dak spiked it? Dak spiked it? A big argument was, should he have not spiked it and then kicked it in overtime? Because think about it. If he wouldn't have spiked it there, they could have wasted time all the way down to like 6 seconds and then kicked it.
I personally was scared of overtime. I knew that we would lose
Right,
because
right.
we're not good in overtime.
But that's why I figured for Dallas' sake, why didn't they not spike it? You know what I mean?
yeah, but then I think if it went into overtime, I was only scared of the 50-50 toss. Like, whoever gets it is obviously most likely going to win.
Okay.
Both offenses were unstoppable at that
I'm
point,
gonna say this.
and I didn't want to bring it down.
If
to
we went
50-50.
overtime and Dallas won the toss, we'd have lost.
Yeah,
we would've
I
lost.
agree. That's why I was scared of it. But I actually was when Dak went to spike it. I thought he was going down to kneel it. It looked like
Cheek
he was
says
going
something
back
to
to
say.
kneel it. But obviously he wasn't gonna do that.
Victory formation.
But no, there was.
I didn't mean to say what I said earlier before the commercial. I got a little heated. That was not meant to be said. So that's my bad. But anyway, talking about the kneeling part with Collin, they couldn't have kneeled it because it was fourth down.
I mean Spike.
No,
Spiked, they couldn't have. It was fourth down.
It was fourth down.
Yeah.
no, it wasn't.
Oh.
Then why did they keep the ball?
Oh no, but Cheeks, this
It
was.
was fourth. When they kicked that last field goal.
But no, Cheeks,
Yeah.
listen. I'm trying to say this. When they went up and spiked it, right? They still had a 30-second play clock. They could have drained it down to like 12 seconds.
I know.
And then kicked it.
But it's Dallas we're talking about here. They don't play good in a
But they're like,
playoff game.
I guess you can kind of like see where they're coming from because they wanted to give Bailey like a little bit of time to
Yeah,
like,
I'd rather spike it, give them 40 seconds
to like think about
instead
it
of like
and-
draining down the clock. Oh, we have to make
And-
this to save our season, which it pretty much was.
And if you think about it, not like if you're giving a quarterback the ball with 40 seconds left on his own 25, most of the time, I mean like
I always find it
Like-
surprising
I wouldn't say
how-
most of the time that they'd go down the field because
it's
you look at most of the teams that didn't make the playoffs, like the Chargers, the Redskins.
yeah, but they won't care about
those-
them.
Yeah, I'm saying that all those teams, those quarterbacks could not lead a.
I guess you're right because
2-minute
playoffs there's always better. You're always gonna have a better quarterback in the playoffs compared to teams
Yeah, but
outside.
even in a regular season game, I don't think that those quarterbacks could lead a march all the way down the field with 40 seconds left and manage to win the game. Those are the times when you need quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, even
Big
Dak, even
Ben.
Dak Prescott showing what he's got. But
Alex Smith.
not everybody was bringing this up when we talked about the Jared Cook pass. Obviously, that was the biggest play of the game. That saved our season. Running to the sideline after 7 seconds, Rodgers was out of the pocket, throws it to just hails it to the sideline. Jared Cook managed to hold on to it, but the two plays before that, this was third down. 2 plays before that were also in